let's do a quick update video on my plants over the sound of the fans, because it's the end of the day and it's relatively hot now. The tent is trying to, the system is trying to cool down the tent. I think we have an average temperature of 25, 26 degrees maybe. So actually someone messaged me, I think a few days ago, asking, you know, telling me all I want for Christmas is an update video on your plants. And that just made my day. So it's December 24 and I'm gonna just use a few minutes to go over maybe the best plants here, the biggest pictures, the newest pictures. I really haven't, I really didn't take care of my plants as I should have during this year, mostly during the summer and fall. I let the automation system take care of basically everything. All I did was refill the humidifiers, you know, add water in those guys, and to make sure it's never, you know, dry. But other than that, I really didn't do much until maybe 2 days ago, where I started to trim the old leaves, old pictures, and I've done quite, I have a full bag of those. So it's cleaner already. Not all plants look awesome, but some of them look really good. So it really depends. Usually in the winter I get cooler temperatures too, so the true Highlanders are thriving and the intermediate maybe are slowing down a little bit. So yeah, let's just, I don't even know where to start. Actually, first let's have an overview of the tent here. So this is my intermediate to Highland tent. I'm gonna use the wide angle. So basically I have one main shelf over here, all the way to the bottom there. So that's a four feet long shelf. 1, 2, 3, 4, four shelves on it. And then I have a smaller one on that side. And all of these are equipped with lights. Okay, so yeah, so those are the two main places I can grow plants, but as soon as they get too big, I can't keep them there. So I have a tray on the side here, and I have another one on the other side, right there, close to the vent that's connected to outside. And more and more plants will need to go on the ground, so I will need to find a solution, because, you know, they are some of them are actually touching the ceiling, the lights, and that's obviously very limiting. So I need to find a way to manage that, and I may move them there where they have way more space to grow. So I put quite powerful, I think it's a 150 watt light here on that side. I actually have another one here, but that's only 30 watts, so you may not see that on the video. This is weak, this is strong. And then I have another one over there, right, for this tray. And I don't know, maybe I need to find a way. If you have ideas, let me know. Maybe I need to have like another one there, or, you know, to invade the space here, but I still want to be able to walk in the tent. So if you guys have tent out there and you found a good way to manage the space and move the plants from, you know, a shelf that's limited in space like this to an area where there is more space on top, well, let me know how you did it. I'm very interested to hear others, you know, what others do. I did hang a bunch of strings here with little hooks. This is for my orchids, which again I haven't watered for like months and months. They are just surviving based on the humidity just in the tent. You can see how dry the media is. This is terrible. Yeah, this is terrible. Oh my gosh. I don't deserve those plants. But hey, it's still alive. Most of them are, at least. And yeah, now that winter is around, I'll have more time to take care of them. Okay, so this is how the tent is divided. So let's start with the Heliophora. So this is my Heliophora tray, which I didn't clean yet. So some of them are really, really beautiful. I'm gonna give you the name of this one. This is an amazing cross. So these two are actually Helianthora ionasi red giant crossed with minor var pilosa. And I love it. I think if I could have only one, it would probably be this one. It's hairy, it's red, it's not too difficult to grow. Of course, there are a few old pictures that I need to trim, but overall those guys are doing great. I had some cuttings that are not necessarily doing so good. I think this is dead. This one is taking off again. And then some of them are in bloom. Again, lots of dead pictures to trim. And let me see, this is Helianthora nutans giant form. That one. Let's see if I can see a picture, but honestly it used to be much bigger than that. Now it's not even looking that good, so I'm gonna move on really quick. This one, heterodoxa crossed with ionasi. Those are not looking absolutely amazing as they used to. You know, yeah, this is Helianthora hispida, and I do need to repot it and remove the moss over there. And underneath here we have a bunch of Flytraps, which I will bring to dormancy, but it's you know, end of December 24th, like I said, so they are still here in the tent growing okay. But I am planning on moving them to my garage. And then all the way down, more Flytraps all the way there. And then I just repotted yesterday some Drosera regia. I love this Drosera. Love it. And then I have some Helianthora that didn't fit on the shelf up there, but I think I have a couple of them that are dead up there, so I can probably arrange things a bit better and remove the dead ones here. And then let's cover this one. So this is one of my favorite plants. It's burbidgeae, Nepenthes burbidgeae, like this one in the center, and it is doing so well since I got it. This is a Wistuba clone, and it has been growing, and it's just amazing. You can see the new leaf here, and it gets red, you know, quite a bit, almost too much, and it's far from the light. You can see, right? I mean, I showed it earlier, but the light is all the way there. So it's not even close to the light, but this is a powerful light, and it's definitely enough for this plant. When the leaves just open, they stay a bit green with that red stripe here, and then they turn more reddish like this. I actually like it. It's fine, in my opinion. It doesn't truly vine yet, even though I'm right in the humidifier. You can see there's a long stem, and it hasn't really been vining. It's just growing upwards like that, but it's not like a true vine like this one, for example, is vining clearly, right? You can see the space between each leaf on the stem. Nepenthes burbidgeae is not doing this for me yet, so let's wait and see. Let's try to find a picture. Now there's a new one that's gonna open here, and that's right in the front. It's gonna be very nice, and I think there is one hiding in the back now. Burbidgeae, as I mentioned in the previous video, always tries to hide its pictures in the darkness. It's very, very interesting. It always tries to find a very remote place to picture. Oh, and that's a nice picture from spectabilis giant, Perkinson Giant, I believe. Come on. Oh, it's entangled, but there you go. Okay, burbidgeae, very nice. I love this plant. There are other pictures that were squished in the back, and they are shaped like they are compressed. So yeah, there are other plants in here. I cannot go over all of them, but I mentioned Spectabilis Perkinson Giant. It's a really nice one. It's difficult to access. My apologies if the camera is a bit shaky. There are a few pictures over there. I can't even grab them really. There's another Spectabilis form which used to picture a lot, but you know the problem here, and you guys might have that on if you are growing Nepenthes too. Some Nepenthes just puts just one single big leaf, that's veitchii, and it's covering the pot, and it's very difficult to water this plant, so it tends to dry a little bit too much. So I really need to move them in different locations because this one just didn't receive enough water. I know the problem, I just didn't have time to fix it. This is a veitchii that I recently trimmed. This is actually a basil that was in the pot, and I trimmed the vine. I have cuttings over there. Here. I left the pitcher filled with water because it can reabsorb, as long as the base is still alive, it can reabsorb a little bit of the water from the pitcher. So, and I'm trying to root this guy and this one as well. And then I have a nice basil. So this is a plant that produced flower recently and pollen, and I actually have seeds so this is a Candy stripe crossed with Murud stripe male that has been crossed with a veitchii K friend in Vancouver, and I just sowed the seeds and they're over here. I have the same 3 pots, 2 sphagnum and 1 peat in my lowland tent, just to maximize the chances that some of them will grow. So I'm very excited. So again, this would be veitchii K crossed with veitchii Candy stripe Murud stripe, which was my male plant. What else? Let's move on to this shelf. Okay, lots of plants. Usually I try to keep the intermediate here and the true Highlanders over there because it's usually cooler at the bottom in the tent, but it's not always the case. It really depends on the space that I have. So I have an attenboroughii. Yeah, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It wasn't doing that good, but there is a basil here, so I think it just doesn't like the pure cocoa pure cocoa chunks. And yes, before you ask, this has been washed many times. It does not have salts anymore. I have other plants growing fine in it, no problem. It's just this prefers a mossy. I believe it prefers a more mossy medium, like just sphagnum and perlite. So I'm probably gonna repot this. And then I do have some very nice hybrids that are hiding right now. Let me see. This little guy, it's a complex hybrid, and I really have high expectations for this guy. I'm gonna put the name on the screen because I cannot say it. I don't remember exactly what it is. I know it has edwardsiana, burbidgeae in it. And then this is so that's either Fusca or zakriana or hybrid with zakriana. And oh my gosh, this is klossii or klossii. Sorry, the names, I'm not very good with the name pronunciation, so okay, one thing at a time. Zakriana, this is from Christian Klein. This one, very nice plant. And then this is klossii. I can put the clone number. There are multiple clones available on the market. Very special plant. This wasn't cheap, but I like it. Another hybrid that I really like, because obviously it has mollis in it, so as long as you put mollis in it, you get a good thing. Look at that peristome. Again, it's a complex hybrid, so I'm not going to... Oh, actually I have the label right here. Let me see. This is burbidgeae veitchii crossed with mollis. You can't go wrong with those species. It has a couple of other pictures. Let me find them. So there's one right here. And there's one at the back. Here it is. Yeah, that mollis in it changes everything. So I really like it. It's an easy grower, highly recommended. I have a cutting of lingulata right here. That's one of the cuttings from my previous video. Some plants at the back, I won't even be able to access them. I think I have a leonardoi all the way there, but I don't think it pitches. Let's see what this one is. Oh, I know what this is. Now that looks like a veitchii, but it's a hybrid. I believe it is veitchii crossed with robcantleyi, but I will read the label to confirm that. It's the other way around. Yeah, I see the label here. It's robcantleyi crossed with veitchii. Again, it will darken over time a little bit, but not as much as robcantleyi. Okay, we have a pure robcantleyi. I just can't access the plant. I will make a video just for that one when it has a nice picture on it. And also, I almost forgot, I have this beautiful campanulata, which is a basal cutting from a main plant that I used to have, and I traded it against the edwardsiana. So the cutting is growing back, and yeah, I'm loving it. This is one of my favorite plants. I grow it in my intermediate / highland tent, not in my lowland tent, because it's just doing so well in this tent. So yeah, loving it. Let's see if we can put it to the light. So this was a bonus plant that Christian Klein sent with my order. I ordered a dozen of plants and he added this as a bonus, and this is one of the best bonus I ever had. This is Nepenthes copelandii crossed with lowii, and it is really stunning. I really like it. It's also a very easy grower. And then right next to it here we have a cross that I am not 100% sure. I'm ready to bet there is lowii in it, and probably ventricosa. So my bet would be ventricosa lowii. This is a plant that I bought in a nursery nearby, and I just couldn't resist, even though it was not labeled. I normally do not like when the plant has not a true label and I don't know what it is. But when I saw the pictures, and they were not that big in the store, but when I saw that, I just couldn't say no. This is just absolutely amazing. Behind we have a tiny little mollis, pure species this time. Now you can clearly see the trait of mollis here that we find again in that hybrid, right? That one, you can see the peristome definitely is a mollis peristome. Oh gosh, the fan stopped. That's so much better. Let's see what else we have. Actually, right underneath here we have a nice veitchii Bario, and when this guy pitchers, the pitchers last for so long, but recently I cut, like yesterday, I cut a lot of the older pictures, so it has many less pictures now. But let me see if I can access the side. Yeah, it's a jungle here, very difficult to move the phone around. Hey, maybe this one is a good example. Look at this. Very nice. I like the color. It's not as flashy as an AD, but it's a very nice veitchii. It's also very easy to grow, and the plant just needs more space because it's growing so well. Some Drosera regia here. I'm trying to have a pot with lots of them in there, but this plant really needs to be fed, Drosera regia. So if you have it, just feed it. The insects, worms, fish food, you know, fertilizer, whatever, but it needs to be fed more than any other Drosera I know of. to grow well, and I didn't feed it. That's why it's not doing that. It's not growing that fast. There is one on the side of the pot. I love that. This is so cool. All right. What else? And by the way, veitchii loves the pure cocoa chips. Okay, it really likes it. Over there, actually, I should start with this guy. This guy has no picture right now, and it's not doing that well. This is sibuyanensis. It used to create nice pictures for me, but all I have right now is a sibuyanensis crossed with talangensis, which creates nice pictures. And I have this plant for a very long time. One of the first Nepenthes I bought when I came to Toronto here. So sibuyanensis crossed with talangensis, so it's like a very beefy talangensis, I guess. And it also has a basal all the way there. Let's keep going. I think for this shelf we are good for now. Let's just move down the bottom shelf. And we can start on the right side right here. Now this is the bottom shelf, more true Highlanders here, but not necessarily. And one of the highlight is this guy. This one grew so amazingly well. It is so damn impressive. I don't know what to do. It is far too big at this point, but this is a very valuable plant. It's a hybrid. It's Nepenthes rajah crossed with burbidgeae, and this is one of the pictures that it makes. So when I told you some are doing really well, well, that is one of them. That's one example. So massive leaves creates a lot of shades for the rest of the plants. I think one of them is completely dead at the back, and I do need to work on that. This one creates this picture, Nepenthes Bongso. I'm a big fan of that black picture too. I think that was another picture a bit older of Bongso. And then I have Ramispina over there doing okay. And then a plant I really like is McFarlaneyi, which has been renamed. I'm not gonna grab the label, but it has been renamed, and I need to check which one it is actually, because it's been split and renamed, and I don't think it has the same name now. So that's one of the picture. It, just like burbidgeae, it creates white pictures. Oh my, this is very small, but you get the gist of it. And then I have, yeah, two macrophylla over here. Let me see if I can zoom in here. All right, mini baby macrophylla. So this was a basal that I separated. There is another one that almost died actually, but it's recovering, so that's okay. And then I have my original macrophylla that's a bit bigger. I'm gonna go back to a regular angle, so just so you can see the size compared to my hand. So you see it's getting a bit bigger, but it's not massive yet. It's just a very slow plant for me, because probably temperatures are a little bit high. Now you could not have missed this one, veitchii crossed with trismadiensis. The plant is actually in the center here, so that's one of the plant that I want to take, you know, on the floor or someplace else, because it's just too big and it's creating too much shade. So this one and the rajah burbidgeae need to go off this shelf, just for the for safety of the other plants, for the survival of the other plants. So this is it. This is the tip of it actually. So there is a young pitcher here that's gonna grow, and then there is a mature pitcher here that's starting to die already, and then there is another one here, maybe the prettiest at the moment right here, and we can start seeing this wavy pattern that is characteristic to lowii when it becomes a bit older, as in the plant is a bit older. So when it starts creating upper pictures, actually there's a transition intermediate picture where it creates this kind of wavy pattern that I do recognize from the lowii portion of the trismadiensis, because trismadiensis is a hybrid between macrophylla and lowii, a natural hybrid actually. And then there's another picture right here, but there is a leaf in front, it's hard to show. So this one was a little bit squished in the plants, so again this is, I just don't have enough space. We're gonna go back to that section, but here we have another one. Actually, we have so many cool plants here. So this is burbidgeae veitchii, or the other way around. I will write it on the screen, I don't remember. And yeah, this is a really nice one too. I really like the big and chubby pictures, even though it's really difficult for them to find a spot to grow nicely, because you know they try to find like between the pots over there a spot, and you know it's just so squeezed in. I really need more space. I need to find a way to arrange things a bit better. What else? So here we do have some very nice hybrids like Hamata edwardsiana. This one I find relatively easy to grow, easier than Hamata, probably easier than edwardsiana too. So this is my Hamata clones, I would say. So there's this edwardsiana Hamata I just showed you, but then I do have others here. Let me see what I have. It's really difficult to get to the label, but those are really nice ones. This is Diabolica crossed with Hamata. And let's see. Oh man, I won't be able to. So that's one of the picture. It really looks like a Hamata at this point. I guess it depends on the picture. I'm gonna make a better video about those plants, like individual plants or hybrids, just because they are too. There's not enough space for me to show you properly here. Look at this. Look at this. So this one is. Oh man, I forgot. Let me guess. I think this is a cross with glabrata. Hamata glabrata would be my guess. Glabrata Hamata, BE 3912. Again, like those plants are growing super well and they are very close to the humidifier. I bet that is why. But I cannot really show them properly because they are all at the same place, and you can see there are lots of very nice picture there that I can barely show you. So I need to take them out and make separate videos for them. Let's move on. Here we have edwardsiana, the one and only. So this is probably the largest edwardsiana picture I ever had. I had an edwardsiana in the past which died of root rot. I think the plant wasn't strong enough because I didn't provide the drop of temperature it requires. I want to show all the pictures, but it's like so entangled. Look at this little guy. Hello. So cute. And then there's a picture over here actually. This is a nice one. So yeah, it is definitely picturing very well. I am very happy with this plant. It's a seed grown edwardsiana that I traded with a friend. So thank you, friend. This is an awesome plant. I like it, and I will take care of it a little bit better because, as you can see here, it does not have enough space, just like the rest of my plants. And then behind it, one of my favorite is undulatifolia. So you can see a picture here, but the entire plant is just under the leaves of that giant, I don't even know what that is, but those leaves, that's on the undulatifolia. You can see the shape of the leaves ondulating, hence the name. Undulatifolia. And above it, I have a few pictures of Nepenthes glabrata. And I'm very happy because normally this plant does not picture for me. So I don't know what happened. Maybe it's a bit more humid. Maybe the watering was better lately. I don't know. It just started to picture for some reason. So I really like glabrata, but it's a bit small. Of course, it stays small, but this is really small. And let's move on. What else do we have? Another burbidgeae veitchii right here. And then we have a larger Nepenthes mollis right here. Pure species, pure mollis. This is the Wistuba clone. And next to lowii veitchii, or veitchii lowii, again, I forgot. And then we have the veitchii edwardsiana right here, which I showed in previous videos already. Over there, one here that is dying, and then that's another veitchii lowii. I mean the same plant, but another picture of lowii veitchii. And I have a lot of smaller plants over there that I want to show, but first we're gonna go back to the front where we have this beautiful Nepenthes pulchra. Look at this. This is quite big. I love this plant. This is from the Philippines, Palawan, if I'm not mistaken, and I can only recommend it to anyone. It's relatively easy to grow. Pulchra, it says over there, yeah. Pure species, pictures profusely, even though right now I only have one, but I did cut a few that were older, so it's gonna come back. I have another hybrid that I absolutely love, and I'm gonna give the name here. This is veitchii crossed with burbidgeae. Now this one is stunning. Some of these have stripes on the peristome sometimes, but I requested one with no stripe on the peristome specifically because I prefer for once to have it like this. And this is one of my favorite hybrid of the moment. Look at this red, rather pink and red picture. Beautiful uniform peristome. It's really amazing. I think I had other pictures that died recently, so I don't think I can show any other picture at the moment, but it's also a relatively easy grower. Behind it we have a bunch of Nepenthes rajah. Again, pure species, just rajah, but they are very, very small and may not survive, I don't know. And this little guy is epiphyata, Nepenthes epiphyata, similar to lowii in many ways, but not lowii. And I wish I have the clone, the cross between the two, lowii epiphyata. Maybe I'm saying the name wrong. Let me confirm that. Epiphyata. My apologies. Then if we continue here, what can we see? We can see another picture of Nepenthes mollis. Oh my gosh, it's really the jungle here. And then here we have Aristolocloides. Let me see if I can find a picture of this guy. Yes, I see one. Back in that area, I have a cephalotus here, which is doing okay. Never mind the picture. That's Ephipiata going in there. And then I have a small pilosa from Florey. It was tissue culture, but I think it's their own selection. I forgot exactly what it is. And we can wrap this up with this last tray on the side, where I have two unidentified species. So I'll let you guys take a guess. It could be a hybrid, could be a species, I'm not too sure. It's actually really nice. I really like it. So it's unidentified. It's from unidentified seeds. So if you know which one this one would be, let me know. And then this one, I have an idea. I'm not gonna say. I have an idea. I'm gonna wait a little longer. And then I have here a cutting of lingulata that I made recently. Another lingulata over here with some basil, but it's not picturing right now. And then I have a couple of plants vining, in particular this one, which I'm gonna confirm it's Vogeli. Yes, it's Vogeli. So this Nepenthes Vogeli, again, Vogeli, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's vining all the way there, all the way there. There's a dead picture that I keep because it's actually useful to hold the stem here. I don't dare to cut it. And then it's going all the way here, all the way here, and it's vining all the way to the top, on the top of the shelf here. And I just keep guiding the vine all the way here. And I used to have pictures hanging here, like this one. So this one has a very viscous pitcher fluid, at least on the upper pitchers. I know because I cut some old ones that still had some fluid in there, and it's so viscous. Yeah, like this one could be cut, I guess. Or maybe I'll just add an osmocote pellet in it and some fertilizer, so just let it die that way. This one is still okay. And the plant keeps vining over here, all the way here to the top, and you know, that becomes a problem at some point. It's like, what do I do when my plant is doing so well that it keeps growing all the way there, and this one the same all the way there? What am I gonna do? So this is, I would say, this is a good problem to have. Also, all the way at the bottom, on the bottom shelf where I have my electronics, I also have some pinguicula trays with Pinguicula lowiana. All the way there we have Cyclosecta. Sorry about the irrigation system that's on the way. Let me zoom in. All the way there is Edwardsiana, and then Jomavensis, which is the same as Cerriana, really. Same species. And yeah, I'm a big fan of Lowiana, but it's a bit more difficult than the other Pinguicula in my opinion. And yeah, I do have a Pinguicula crystal over here. That's the one flowering. I don't know if we're gonna see the flower. Ah. Yeah, and this is Pinguicula condoi. And I do have a condoi giant form, so I have both. I don't know which one is gonna look better. I guess the giant form is just gonna be bigger. And again, I don't think I zoomed into the Cyclosecta all the way there. There you go, Cyclosecta. All right, and those are in my Highland tent all year round, actually. So that's it. So here it is. You have your update of my Highland plants and intermediate plants. I hope you enjoyed it. I will provide an update of my lowland tent, which is much smaller, but I will provide an update of it hopefully early next year. And yeah, lots of pictures in this area. This is really nice. So if you have any question or something you would like to talk about, let me know. I can make a video about it. We can talk about it. This is just such an awesome hobby. All right, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, everyone.